spinning reels are an essential part of bass fishing for a number of techniques that we fish, like drop shot rigs, um, light jerk baits, small crankbaits, finesse type presentations. All these sorts of things are great when paired up with a spinning rod and reel. But one of the things that plagues a lot of anglers is getting line twist with your spinning reel. And there's a couple little things, in particular that you can be aware of when you're, spooling your line up onto your spinning reel, and also trying to select, the proper spinning reel if you're going out and, looking to buy one. That you really need to be aware of to really help eliminate getting line twist and other problems with spinning gear. So, the first thing is I always want to try to select a spinning reel that has a fairly wide or fairly large spool diameter, and a lot of times reel manufacturers will designate a number to these reels, like a 2500 series or a 250 series. It's kind of that in-between spool size between a small spinning reel that can handle like 4-pound test and a real big spinning reel that can handle 10 or 12-pound test. That 250 or 2500 series is kind of an in-between, so it's a fairly small body size, but a larger spool diameter, and that really helps quite a bit in eliminating a bunch of line twists and just making an overall better experience with your spinning reel. So that's number one. Number two is paying attention to how the line that you're going to put onto your spinning reel goes on. And a lot of guys really don't think about this, and it's fairly simple. For the most part, I'm going to fish fluorocarbon line with my spinning reel, and it just fits the types of patterns and techniques that I fish with a spinning reel, being finesse that 99% of the time I'm going to fish fluorocarbon line. And the thing with fluorocarbon is that it's a touch bit stiffer than monofilament, so you really want to pay close attention to how the line goes onto your reel. Now, when you make a turn with your spinning reel handle, the line wraps clockwise onto your reel. You want to make sure that it comes off of your spool when you're filling up your reel the same direction it goes on. So I want the line to come off of my spinning reel this way, because that's the way that it's going to go onto the spinning reel. I don't want it to go, come off of the spool this way, go onto the spinning reel that way. Because what that'll do is that'll twist your line going onto the reel, and then you're really asking for problems. And what you'll get a lot of times is you'll get a situation where you open up your bail and the line just starts jumping off your spinning reel. That's really not that good. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the line comes off your filler spool the same way it goes on your spinning reel, and you'll have a whole lot less problems with line twist doing that. The other thing too is I don't want to overfill my spool. I usually leave a pretty good, maybe a 1/16 of an inch difference between the end of the spool and the lip. So I want about a 1/16 of an inch there, so that I get the situation where I'm not going to get the line jumping off the reel as well. So overfilling your spools just causes problems. Not putting the line on your reel causes problems too. And then having the right spool diameter. So those three things in combination will really help you eliminate a lot of line twists. And the fourth thing too is that get in the habit when you're making your cast and you're going to go ahead and flip your reel back over, instead of using your handle to flip your spool over, I want to flip it over by hand. And I really get in the habit of doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a cast with my spinning reel, and instead of cranking the reel over with the handle, I'm going to go ahead and just flip it like that. And that helps me get in position where I can, if I've got a little twist in there, I can kind of pull it at the same time, and it won't throw a twist in your line every time you crank the handle. So those four things really help quite a bit in eliminating your line twist and letting you have just a more enjoyable time fishing with spinning reels, because they are an essential part of bass fishing. Until next time, I'm Mike DelVisco. I'll see you on the water.
And for more bass fishing info, log on to FINS'nTALES.com or like them on Facebook. Fins and Tales, your hotspot for bass fishing stories, videos, people, places, events, how-tos, product reviews, and so much more.